Too much negativity. Oh my goodness. So you won't believe it, but Elon Musk has put out a tweet regarding a change in the algorithm. And the reason for this change is because there's too much negativity on the platform. And he wants to boost the amount of seconds that users have of unregretted time on the app. And for those of you who don't know, it sounds exactly how it is, okay? Which is people are getting on the app and they're regretting getting on the app, right? They're getting on the app, they're getting into just wormholes, these deep holes of just a bunch of hatred, vile content. Even I've caught myself doing the same thing, is that you're replying to somebody and you're just like, because they're saying some outlandish racist stuff. And you're like, I'm not gonna let this slide and let people believe that this is accurate or this is true. So that's what's happening. So people are getting on the app and they're regretting their time, because once someone blocks you or once something happens, you start to realize, I just wasted a few hours scrolling on this app and all of it was just negative. All the spaces are just racist-filled spaces about, black and brown people taking over the country and stuff. So you regret being on the app. So they're going to be boosting entertainment and information content. Now, this, of course, has triggered his base. The far right of the MAGA idiots, okay? I think they're called maggots. I think that's what people call them. But those people and their unfortunate misunderstanding of the word free speech. Because to them, they believe if I can't call, Lucas the N-word, well, then that's not free speech. Ironically enough, you can do that on Twitter. You just can't, criticize anything else. You can't criticize, anything that Elon does, as we can see with Laura Loomer. Now, I find it absolutely hysterical because Elon has made it abundantly clear he doesn't care about free speech. There's this saying that many of the right-wing, pundits and people on Twitter say, and that is, they think you're stupid. They're trying to reinforce like a community where it's us versus them. That's why they do that. So they'll post something that, Biden says or a Democrat says, and they're like, see, they think you're stupid. And it's like, no, it's not that. But honestly, ironically enough, the right thinks that their audience is stupid. That's the funny part. The right thinks that their audience is stupid. It's not even that they think. They know that they're stupid. That's why they do the things that they do. Damn. For example, vis-a-vis Elon Musk. He knows that the right is stupid. He knows that the majority of people who voted for Trump are dumb. They're ignorant. They're tools. And that's how he's acting. Because when it comes to free speech, we already saw recently with Laura Loomer that it had nothing to do with free speech. He didn't like that Laura Loomer called her out, so he made some bogus rule to silence her, to remove her check mark, to remove her subscriptions, and to limit her account visibility. That's what he did. He's a very spiteful person, just like Donald Trump, very egotistical in how he moves and how he handles things. We go way back when I warned people, when he was talking about ADL, when it came to from river to sea and decolonization. He said, hey, that's violence. That's acting on violence. I'm gonna ban that. That came right after, he had been, bent over by the ADL, went to Netanyahu and apologized.
You want me to kiss your, that's right, apologize.
That's where that came from. Because do you remember the attacks on Twitter due to the anti-Semitism and the hatred on the platform? You guys remember that? That was a big thing. There was anti-Semitism and companies were leaving. Like, hey, we're not gonna put ads on your app because there's a lot of anti-Semitism. So what did he do? He went all the way to Israel and went and apologized to Netanyahu.
You want me to kiss your, that's right, apologize.
And sure enough, that's when they all started coming back. He banned it, said that it was a violence and everything. Bunch of bullcrap. He did the same thing when it came to trans. Remember when all the right was like, I just want to call, them a man. I want to call a trans woman a man. I want to call a trans man a man. That's all I want to do. I should have the right to do that. Elon was like, go ahead. And then sure enough, as time went on, he started losing money because that's what it's about, money. But the right, these idiots don't get it. They're just like, America, that's That's what they think a billionaire has on their mind. Well, I just want what's best for the country. These people are brainwashed. They're stupids. That's what they are. The stupids have taken over, unfortunately. But if y'all remember that, he silently reinstated the same position on trans that had been, that he said he destroyed before. Where it's like, hey, you can't harass somebody with misgendering people. What happened? Was there a mass exodus from Twitter? No, they stayed. Why? Because he knows they're stupids. That's what they are.
He's out of line, but he's right.
They have nowhere else to go, right? They're not going to go on Blue Sky. They're not going on Threads. They're going to stay on Twitter because Twitter, it's Elon and it's free speech and we're fighting the left. We're going to trigger the libtards. This is how much the Republican Party has devolved. Actual Republicans, actual conservatives don't even recognize the party anymore. Where now they're independent. This now leads to his new round of attacks, which is we're going to change the algorithm to promote such content. The problem is that many of his right-wing, nut job audience is asking is who gets to decide what's negative? And that is just icing on the cake. That is really the cherry on top of this stupid sundae, is who gets to decide what's negative, right? Who gets to decide? Because to them, saying that Candace Owens, right, George Farmer ruined his bloodline by having by having kids with Candace Owens, that's not negative. That's the truth. You have to understand. By saying, hey, J.D. Vance doesn't have the best interests of America and white Americans in this country because he married an Indian woman, well, that's not racist. That's the truth. By saying, attacking Vivek, by saying, hey, Vivek, he's an H-1B visa, he should go back to India. You have to understand, that's not racist. That's the truth. So the whole concept of negativity, that's lost on them. What does that mean? Because to them, that's not negative. That's just the truth. And that's the same thing that they accuse the left of doing. Remember, they don't want to censor hate speech. They want to censor the truth. That's what they want to censor. I find that to be absolutely hysterical because we've gone full circle. We're now, you're telling me that people don't want to see a bunch of Nazis on the platform? You're telling me people don't want to see a bunch of racists on the platform? Who would have thunk? Right? Who would have thunk that actual companies don't want to freaking advertise on a racist platform? Who would have thunk that people who use the platform don't want to have to be, bludgeoned over the head every single time they open the app with an OnlyFans account, an ad, which is nothing more than MAGA hats, or just racism, right? That's all you're going to find in the app. Now, what I find to be absolutely just coincidental, I guess, is that during Biden's administration, leading up to the election, this algorithm was perfectly fine, was it not? As a matter of fact, I would argue that he was probably an ally to a lot of the negative accounts. He's retweeted a lot of the negativity accounts, okay? So I find it absolutely hysterical that it was all peaches and cream. Everything was A-okay, okay? Because it wasn't negativity, it was the truth. And they weren't hiding the negative comments because that was the truth. They wanted to put forward the truth. But now during a Trump administration, when Trump's about to come in, now it's like, well, we want to limit the negativity. We have a lot of unregretted seconds that we want to maximize, and we want to push forward entertainment and information. That's what we want to do.
Ironic.
I find it interesting that these dingleberries are arguing about what's negativity and not arguing about what's information to them, what's entertainment to them, right? Like, do you understand that these people still believe that the election was stolen and the only reason they won the election this year is because it was too big to rig? What type of information are they going to be pushing? What type of information is this algorithm going to be pushing? Bro, the next thing we're going to know, we never landed on the moon. World War I, II never happened. Civil War is a myth. We already know what they think about the Holocaust. So, I mean, is that the information that they're going to be pushing? What is considered entertainment to these dingleberries? We saw what they found as entertainment was jokes about George Floyd. That's what they found as entertainment. That's what they found as humorous to them. Think about this. So I'm very curious what is going to be seen on the platform moving forward in 2025. Very curious. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. It's going to be positive, okay? We need to be positive in 2025. We got to unite and bring the country back. Or I believe you had a chance to do that and you failed. You elected Donald Trump. You failed, and now you're going to lose your job and you'll be complaining in the streets, they took my job, and everybody's going to be laughing because we're going to be like, we told you so. We tried to warn you. Now you made the bed, now you have to lie in it. Congratulations on your unemployment if you can get it. Anyways, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me Friday through Sunday. Disagreement day with the number on screen. You call in, we'll duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think about this and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. Right? That's all you're gonna find in the app.